Pro-life leaders and businesses in Illinois are weighing their next steps now that the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled against the Obama administration's health insurance birth control abortion drug mandate.
What this decision affirms is that the American belief in freedom of religion still protects the rights of all Americans to live in accordance with their freedom, with their religion, and that these deeply held religious beliefs are more important than the whims and the demands of the government.
Following the High Court ruling, Carol Moen with Catholic Vote was joined in a celebration at the Federal Plaza in downtown Chicago by about 100 other people opposed to the mandate, including Eric Scheidler, the executive director of the Chicago-based Pro-Life Action League. Mr. Scheidler led a series of nationwide rallies against the Obamacare requirement.
We have many battles ahead of us. Many parts of the HHS mandate and other anti-life and anti-liberty provisions of Obamacare remain in force. So there's a long road ahead.
Dr. Barbara Ballar told IllinoisFamily.org News that the decision should improve doctor-patient relationships and embolden social conservatives.
If you can tamper with our civil and religious liberties, then you can do anything. This is socialism under the guise of progressivism. And today I'm so encouraged because it represents the resurrection of the moral majority. That we still have a voice, and God won a victory.
The Supreme Court's 5-4 ruling applies only to closely held corporations like the Hobby Lobby chain of arts and crafts stores that are under the control of just a few people, in which there are no key differences between the business and its owners. Meantime, business owners in Illinois who object to the Obama administration mandate are hoping the ruling will also apply to them. Chris Yep, the co-owner of Oak Brook-based Triune Health Group, has filed suit against the Federal Health and Human Services Department and the Illinois Department of Insurance, which has regulated contraceptive coverage in the state since 2007.
So we had a dual suit going on, and it's still there. So now with the resolution coming down from the Supreme Court, we've got the firepower to move ahead and to get a final resolution on our case.
Well, how do you think this decision will impact your organization?
Well, I think this decision has set a precedence. It basically is saying that the government does not have a right to tell individuals, and now more specifically closely held corporations, on what they are going to believe and what their practices are in their business. That's very important.
Well, what's the next step for Triune?
Well, the next step for Triune is that our attorneys will review very closely the actual language that came down from the decision, and if there's nothing that's going to be a conflict for us, then we will seek to get an overall relief from our decisions as well.
Along with the Triune Group, other businesses in Illinois are studying the ruling, including Mokina-based Ozinga Brothers Concrete Company.
This decision is going to be of great assistance to family businesses here in the state of Illinois. That while there are 7 that sued, there are many hundreds, if not thousands more, that were watching this decision to see whether they would be able to opt out of this mandatory abortion pill coverage.
Peter Breen, the vice president of the Thomas More Society, a national public interest law firm based in Chicago, tells IllinoisFamily.org News that the High Court ruling could give added fuel to the legal challenges to Illinois' health insurance contraceptive requirement.
There is a state contraceptive mandate. There is not a lot of case law on that mandate, but we in Illinois have a Religious Freedom Restoration Act that is almost precisely the same as the federal Religious Freedom Restoration Act. So I would opine that the state contraceptive mandate is subject to challenge under the state Religious Freedom Restoration Act, the same way as this federal mandate was.
And pro-life groups believe the Supreme Court decision gives more ammunition to their cause. Emily Zender is the executive director of Illinois Right to Life.
It does. The court recognized that this is not only a legal issue, this is an ethical and a moral issue. So it encourages us to continue to discuss what is abortion, and is abortion something that women need? Is abortion something that we should be providing? And so this will help our organization continue our work and gives our language, our facts, even more credibility.
Will you be reminding Illinois lawmakers about this Supreme Court ruling?
Oh, we will be reminding them very often about this ruling, and it will continue to be an important part of our fight for religious liberty.
Meantime, the Thomas More Society's Peter Breen's praise for the High Court ruling is tempered by the possibility that the makeup of the court could change soon.
This was a monumental decision in that the Supreme Court has never really held on this topic of does our religious liberty apply to for-profit private family businesses? There have been some decisions in the past that have been helpful, but never so clearly and so concisely has the court held in this way.
You have to be concerned, though, that this was a 5-4 decision.
Right. We as people of faith have got to watch what could have happened. You've got 4 justices out of 9, a thin sliver minority that would have, instead of upholding religious liberty rights, potentially shut down Hobby Lobby and hundreds, if not thousands, of family businesses merely over their refusal to provide life-ending drugs.
And with the appointment of judges at stake, David Smith, the executive director of the Illinois Family Institute, says social conservatives must vote.
This last election in Illinois, there was only an 18% turnout. That's not very good stewardship of God's gift of self-government, is it? And this is why we're in the position we are today.
There are separate lawsuits challenging the contraception provision in Obamacare from religiously affiliated hospitals, colleges, and charities. The White House is calling on Congress to make contraception widely available. For IllinoisFamily.org News, I'm Monty Larrick.
This has been brought to you by the Illinois Family Institute, promoting marriage, family, life, and liberty in the land of Lincoln. For more information, go to IllinoisFamily.org.